DPWH, 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 DPWH.
Okay. Morning to each and everyone. This morning we are going to have our procurement activities for 10 projects, of which 3 are re-advertised and 7 are new advertisement. But before we'll proceed, may I request Engineer Tindok to lead us shared prayer.
Okay, let us pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning with praises on our lips and gratitudes in our hearts because of your goodness and faithfulness in our heart. Thank you, dear God, for your continued protection in us. We thank you, dear God, for this opportunity to have this private conference. But before we proceed, Lord, may we ask to bless each and every one of us as members of the BAC, DPWH, and Secretariat, that we'll be able to do our duties and responsibilities as public servants. May we begin by your inspiration and continue with success. Bless our thoughts, guides our action, and may we be participative in every details of our bidding exercise this morning. This all we ask in the precious name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, thank you. So the agenda for our pre-bid conference are bid presentation and explanation by the BAC, and number 2 is documents to be submitted by the bidders and criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, and post-qualification of award. And other matters later. So let's proceed with the first project. Before we proceed, may I request the head BAC Secretariat to ascertain the presence of a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning to everyone. Let's have the roll call, and please acknowledge when your name is called. Let's start with the members of the Bids and Awards Committee. Our BAC Chairperson, Engineer Joselito Basig,
Present.
and the members, Engineer Marian Natividad and Ma'am Emeline Arteza. And from the Secretariat, yours truly, Christian Ragirag. And we also have Engineer Marjan Chris Gulia from the Technical Working Group. And the members, Engineer Wilmar Tindok, Engineer Gilmar Vega, Engineer Roxanne Guillermo, and we also have Engineer Michelle M. Figueres and Engineer Mark Chester Advincula. From the BAC Secretariat, we have the members, Ms. Aisalab Orenya, Ms. Christine Sadam, Mr. Gilbert Concordia, Mr. Michael Reybiado, Ms. Cristil Daniel De Leon, Ms. Carla May Aspergal, and Ms. Shalimar Aquesta. May I also know from the BAC Secretariat if we have viewers in our live streaming? There is none. So, Mr. Chair, with the majority of the members of the Bids and Awards Committee, we have a quorum.
Okay, let's proceed with our pre-bid conference. So, first project to organizational outcome. One, ensure safe and reliable national roads and system. Network development program, construction of bypass and diversion roads. Claveria Diversion Road, Claveria Cagayan. So with this, may I request Engineer Figueres to discuss the details of this project.
For the contract ID 25BC004, contract name, organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system, network development program, construction of bypass and diversion roads, Claveria Diversion Road, Cagayan. Location of the contract is Claveria, Cagayan. With the approved budget of the contract, 49 million. For the major categories of work for the contract to be procured, we have the RCP, Roads Construction, PCCP, with a target length of 3.23 lane kilometer. Contract duration of 310 calendar days. For the description of work to be done, we have first is the facilities for the engineers. Itong percentage. Hindi na. Then other general requirements and earthworks. Then sub-base and base course, surface course, and miscellaneous work. We also have the drainage and slope protection structures. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have payloader, LX80-2C 110 HP with a capacity of 1.5 cubic meter or 1.95 cubic yard. One water truck or pump, 360 horsepower with a capacity of 16,000 liters. One dump truck, 290 horsepower with a capacity of 12 cubic yard. One motorized road grader, G710A, 140 horsepower. One sealer, one joint sealer, gas or diesel driven with hot or cold spray nozzle. One backhoe, 138 horsepower with a capacity of 0.8 cubic meter or 1.04 cubic yard. One plate compactor, 400 to 500 gasoline engine, 5 horsepower. One vibratory roller, 125 horsepower with a capacity of 10 metric tons. One transit mixer, 175 HP with a capacity of 5 to 6 cubic yard. One concrete vibrator, flexible shaft type 2-inch head in diameter with a 5 ampere gasoline-driven unit. One concrete batch plant with a capacity of 30 cubic meter. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any reaction or correction for this particular project? Okay, okay. So, since there's no correction, may we now proceed to the next project. Dapat consistent tayo sa ano, list of ano ba? So let's proceed to the next project, 25BC005. This is a re-advertised project. Organizational outcome one, ensure safe and reliable national road systems, network development program, construction of bypass and diversion roads, Pamplona bypass, Pamplona, Cagayan. Okay, Engineer
Roxanne.
Roxanne Guillermo, kakalimutan ko rin.
For the contract 25B005, organizational outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system, network development program, construction of bypass and diversion roads located at Pamplona, bypass Cagayan. The approved budget for the contract is 21,560,000. Major categories of work for the contract to be procured, construction of PCCP, with the target length of 1.186 lane kilometer. The contract duration will be 240 calendar days. And for the scope of work includes earthworks, surface course, and base course, and retaining wall with RCPC. The minimum equipment required for this project, 1 unit each of backhoe, 138 horsepower, cargo or service truck of 270 horsepower, concrete skidder, concrete vibrator, dump truck, motorized road grader, payloader, transit mixer, vibratory roller, and water truck with pump, sir. That's all, sir.
Okay, by the way, why is it this project was re-advertised? What is the problem?
Oh, wala. I don't see a problem here, sir.
No, we already advertised this before.
Yes, sir.
So why re-advertise? What is the cause? Root cause? Huh? Yeah, okay. Well, I thought there is a revision in the program of work or plans like that. So it's okay. So it's only because of the re-advertisement is the eligibility of the contractor. Okay, next project, 25BC009, organizational outcome 2, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction and/or rehabilitation of flood mitigation facilities within major river basins and principal rivers, construction of Dugo flood control along Abulug River, Package 2, Barangay Dugo, Abulug, Cagayan. Okay, Engineer Gulia, would you please
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
read the details?
Good morning to everyone. For this contract, ID 25BC0009, the approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000 pesos only. And the major categories of work for the contract to be procured, FCSPS, flood control, construction, slope protection using structural measures, revetment, retaining structures, wire net. It has a net length of 263 linear meters. And the similar major categories of work, RCSPS, roads, construction, slope protection using structural measures, revetment, retaining structures, wire net, FHR, flood control, hydraulics, river control, PHC, ports, harbors, causeway, and FHD flood control hydraulics dam. It has a total contract duration of 241 calendar days. And for the scope of works, painting works for the
Railings.
steel sheet pile,
Ay, shit.
structural concrete and reinforcing steel, grade 40 for the concrete pile cap, structure excavation, pipe culverts and drainage excavation, gravel fill, concrete slope protection, concrete piles cast in drilled holes, permanent casing with a diameter of 0.8 meter, 10 mm thick. Furnishing and furnished and driven of steel sheet pile Z-type grade 50, 910 millimeter diameter pipe culverts class 4, and provision of 882 pieces hexapad. And for the minimum equipment requirement, plate compactor, 5 horsepower, payloader with a capacity of 1.5 cubic meter or 1.95 cubic yards, vibro hammer with capacity of 60 tons, backhoe with capacity of 0.8 cubic meter or 1.04 cubic yards, crawler crane with capacity of 36 to 40 metric tons, water truck 16,000 liters, dump truck 12 cubic yards, welding machine, cutting outfit, bar cutter 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, bar bender 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, concrete vibrator, 1 bagger mixer with capacity of 4 to 6 cubic feet, vibratory roller with a capacity of 10 metric tons, motorized road grader, and transit mixer with a capacity of 5 to 6 cubic yards. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any additional observations or corrections from the said items of work? Since none, so let's proceed to the next project. One, two, three. 25 BC 0015. Organizational outcome 2, protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction and or rehabilitation of flood mitigation facilities within major river basins and principal rivers, construction of Dugo flood control structure along Abulug River, Barangay Dugo, Abulug, Cagayan.
Mr. Chair, next contract 25 BC 0015, the contract name organizational outcome to protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction rehabilitation of flood mitigation facilities within major river basins and principal rivers, construction of Dugo flood control structure along Abulug River, Barangay Dugo, Abulug, Cagayan. Location of the project is Abulug, Cagayan. Mr. Chair, the approved budget for the contract is 96,500,000. Major categories of work for the contract to be procured: FCSPS, flood control, construction of slope protection using structural measures, wetment, retaining structures, wire net. The total length of the project is 277 linear meters. Similar major categories of work: RCSPS, roads, construction, slope protection using structural measures, FHR, flood control, hydraulics, river control. PHC, ports, harbors, causeway, FHD, flood control, hydraulics dam.
Kailan ang bidding? Bidding?
The contract has a 241 calendar days of duration. Scope of works, provision of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle for the engineer on bare rental basis, construction of greenway, clearing and grabbing, structure excavation, pipe culverts and drain excavation, gravel fill, concrete slope protection, concrete tile cast, drilled holes with a diameter of 0.80 meters, permanent casing, diameter of 0.80 meters and 10 millimeter thick, furnished and driven of steel sheet pile, Z-type, grade 50, pipe culverts, 910 millimeter diameter, class 4. Painting works for the steel, reinforcing steel grade 40, structural concrete, 20.68 megapascal, class A, 28 days, and hexapads. Sir Chair, the minimum equipment requirement are 1 bagger mixer, 4 to 6 cubic feet, 1 concrete vibrator, 1 water truck, 360 horsepower, the capacity of 16,000 liters, 1 cargo service truck, 270 horsepower, 9 to 10 metric tons of capacity, with 1 plate compactor, gasoline engine, 5 horsepower, 1 dump truck with a capacity of 12 cubic yards, 1 backhoe, solar with capacity of 0.80 cubic meter or 1.04 cubic yard, 1 payloader, 110 horsepower with capacity of 1.5 meter cube, 1 bulldozer with capacity of 167 horsepower, 1 crawler crane, 36 to 40 metric ton capacity, 1 vibro hammer, hydraulic pile driver, 60 ton capacity, 1 welding machine, gas operated, 300 amperes capacity, 1 cutting outfit, 1 motorized grader, 140 horsepower capacity, 1 vibratory roller, 10 metric tons capacity, 1 transit mixer, 5 to 6 cubic yard of capacity, 1 drilling rig, 300 horsepower, 1 bar cutter with 25 millimeter maximum rebar, single phase, 1 bar bender, 25 millimeter maximum rebar, 3 phase. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay na?
Okay na, sir.
Okay. So let's proceed to the next project. 25BC0023, Organizational Outcome 2. Protect lives and properties against major floods, flood management program, construction and maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage systems, construction of Alanay flood control structure along Zinundungan River, Lasam, Cagayan. Okay, Engineer Guillermo.
For 25 PC 0023, Organizational Outcome 2, Protect Lives and Properties Against Major Floods, Flood Management Program, Construction, Maintenance of Flood Mitigation Structures and Drainage System, Construction of Alanay Flood Control Structure along Zinundungan River located at Lasam, Cagayan. The approved budget for the contract is 49 million pesos. Major categories of work for the contract to be procured: FC, SPS, flood control, construction slope protection using structural measures, revetment, retaining structures, and wire net. Target length will be 284 linear meter. The contract duration will be 194 calendar days. And the scope of works, finishing and other civil works include painting works of steel, sheet pile, drainage and slope protection, earthworks, bank and slope protection. Under bank and slope protection will be concrete slope protection, furnished and driven of steel sheet piles, Z-type grade 50, gabions, and lastly, drainage works, which will be RCPC and line canal. Minimum equipment requirement, one number of equipment listed, one unit transit low bed, payloader, vibratory roller, backhoe, transit mixer, water truck with pump, dump truck, motorized road grader, bar cutter, bar bender, cargo service truck, one bagger mixer, concrete vibrator, and crawler crane. Plane compactor, vibro hammer, welding machine, and cutting outfit. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So let's proceed to the next project, 25BC 0038. This is a re-advertised project. Convergence and Special Support Program, construction and improvement of access roads leading to trades, industries, and economic zones. Roads delivering linkages for industry and trade infrastructure program, Roll 8. San Pedro Magsaysay, Kabatakan, West, Barangay Road, to Junction Logok, Lasam Gagabutan Road, connecting to banana coconut and cacao plantation and processing, located at Lasam, Cagayan. Okay? Rebecca?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning to everybody. Next project is with the contract ID of 25BC0038 with the contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, construction improvement of access roads leading to trades, industries, and economic zone, roads leveraging linkages for industry and trade infrastructure program, or ROLL-IT. San Pedro, Magsaysay, Kabatakan West, Barangay Road to Junction, Logak, Lasam, Gagabutan Road, connecting to banana, coconut, and cacao plantation and processing at Lasam, Cagayan. The approved budget for the contract is 12,348,000 pesos only. The major categories of work for the contract to be procured is RCP, Roads Construction, PCCP. This project has a length of 404 meters. The scope of works for this project is clearing and grabbing, individual removal of trees, embankment from roadway, embankment from Varro, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, gravel surface course, PCCP with a 0.15 meter thick, PCCP with a thickness of 0.28 meter, the furnishing and transplanting of trees, removal of actual structures, structure excavation, foundation fill, pipe culverts, and drain excavation. And the total contract duration for this contract, Mr. Chair, is 149 calendar days. The minimum equipment requirement for this project is one payloader, one water truck, one dump truck, one motorized road grader, one backhoe, one plate compactor, one vibratory roller, one transit mixer, one concrete vibrator, flexible shaft type, and one concrete batch plant. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Mas sige. Okay. Ano? Ay, lolo. Oh. Sige. On. Sige. Okay. Sige. Okay, next project.
Mr. Chair,
Ah,
for the information of everybody, the encoded capacity of water truck from the bidding documents is 1,600 liters. It should be 16,000 liters.
60. Oh. Problem on our previous contractors. So please check. To avoid bid bulletin. Okay? Please correct that and so that it will be ready for the bid on February 4. So no more correction. Okay, let's proceed to the next. 25 BC 0045, Convergence and Special Support Program, construction improvement of access roads leading to trades, industries, and economic zones. Roads leveraging linkages for industry and trade infrastructure program, roll it. Access road leading to Palusao, Nyug, in support of vegetable and crops industry, Santo Niño, Cagayan. We will discuss this. 0045. Okay? Please proceed, Engineer Gulia.
For this contract, 25 BC 0045, the approved budget for the contract is 11,270,000. And the major categories of work for the contract to be procured: RCP, Roads Construction PCCP, with a net length of 0.63 kilometer or 1.26 lane kilometers. The similar major categories of work: RRP, Roads Rehabilitation PCCP, and RCTP, Roads Construction Tunnel PCCP. It has a total contract duration of 108 calendar days. And for the scope of work, earthworks, sub-base and base course, surface course, PCCP or Portland Cement Concrete Pavement unreinforced, 0.28 meter thick for the carriageway and 0.15 meter thick for the shoulder. Also included, reinforcing steel grade 40 and structural concrete 20.68 megapascals for the retaining wall and head wall. And for the minimum equipment requirement, backhoe with the capacity of 0.8 cubic meter or 1.04 cubic yards, cargo or service truck, 9 to 10 metric tons, concrete screeder, concrete vibrator, dump truck with the capacity of 12 cubic yards, motorized road grader, payloader with the capacity of 1.5 cubic meters or 1.95 cubic yards, transit mixer with the capacity of 5 to 6 cubic yards, vibratory roller with the capacity of 10 metric tons, and water truck with the capacity of 16,000 liters. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, for the contract ID 250054 with contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, construction improvement of access roads leading to trades, industries, and economic zones. Roads leveraging linkages for industry and trade infrastructure program, roll it. Access road leading to citrus, pineapple, and coconut, Cusitenga Moro Road, Bangan, Sanchez, Mira, Cagayan. The contract is an approved budget of 4,900,000. Major categories of work for the contract to be procured are CP roads, construction, PCCP. With a net length of 0.107 kilometer or 0.214 lane kilometer. Similar major categories of work: roads, rehabilitation, PCCP, RCTP, roads, construction, tunnel, PCCP. The contract has a contract duration. Contract duration is 122 calendar days. Scope of work: clearing and grabbing, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 610 millimeter diameter RCPC, embankment, embankment from Barrow, aggregate sub-base course, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.15 meter thick, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.28 meter thick, structure excavation, foundation fill, pipe culverts, and drain excavation, reinforcing steel grade 40, structural concrete 20.68 megapascal, class A, and pipe culverts 910 millimeter diameter. For the minimum equipment requirement, one backhoe, 138 horsepower with capacity of 0.8 cubic meter, one cargo service truck, 270 horsepower with capacity of 9 to 10 metric tons, one concrete screeder with 5.5 horsepower, one concrete vibrator, gasoline-driven unit, one dump truck, 290 horsepower with capacity of 12 cubic yards, one motorized grader with 140 horsepower, one payloader with capacity of 1.5 cubic meter or 1.95 cubic yard, one transit mixer, 175 horsepower with capacity of 5 to 6 cubic yard, one vibratory roller, 125 horsepower with capacity of 10 metric tons, one water truck with a capacity of 16,000 liters, and one sealer joint, gas or diesel driven. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Leading to trades, industries, and economic zones. Roads leveraging linkages for industry and trade infrastructure program, roll it. Santa Filomena, Langay, Barangay Road, leading to Junction, Ayaga, in support of agribusiness, Bangyan and Santa Filomena, Abulug, Cagayan. We will discuss this.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. For contract ID number 25BC 0032, Convergence and Special Support Program, construction, improvement of access roads, leading to trades, industries, and economic zones. Roll it, Santa Filomena, Langay, Barangay Road, leading to Junction, Ayaga, in support of agribusiness, Bangyan and Santa Filomena, Abulug, Cagayan. The approved budget for the contract is 19,600,000 pesos only. For the major categories of work for the contract to be procured, bridge construction, concrete superstructure with driven piles. For the similar major categories of work, bridge rehabilitation, concrete structure with driven piles. Bridge retrofitting, concrete superstructure with driven piles. The project length is 12.8 linear meter. For the scope of work to be done, we have two civil work, 1 and 2. For the civil works 1, Part C, the earthworks, removal of structures and obstruction, concrete, embankment from barrow, common soil. For Part F, bridge construction, includes precast concrete piles, furnace, precast concrete piles driven, pile shoes, concrete railing standard, reinforcing steel grade 40, reinforcing steel grade 60, structural concrete 20.68 megapascal class A 28 days. Structural concrete 27.58 megapascal class A 28 days. Lean concrete class B 16.5 megapascal. Paint, concrete slope protection, and drain pipe galvanized. For civil works 2, that includes earthworks and that compose structure excavation, common soil, and foundation fill. Part G, the drainage and slope protection structures, that includes reinforcing steel grade 40, structural concrete 20.68 megapascal class A 28 days, and pipe culverts 910 mm diameter class 4 RCPC. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have one backhoe with a capacity at 0.80 cubic meter, one payloader with a capacity of 1.5 cubic meter, one vibratory roller with a capacity of 10 metric tons, one transit mixer with a capacity of 5 cubic feet, one motorized road grader, one water pump with a capacity, water truck or pump with a capacity of 16,000 liters, one dump truck with a capacity of 12 cubic yards, one concrete vibrator, one crawler crane with bucket with a capacity of 36 to 40 metric tons, one diesel hammer with a capacity of 7,500 kilogram meter, one truck-mounted crane with a capacity of 41 to 45 metric tons, one bar cutter, one bar bender, one welding machine, electric driven, one cargo truck with a capacity of 9 to 10 metric tons, one plate compactor, 5 horsepower, one cutting out pit, one air compressor, and one drop hammer. The contract durations of this project is 294 calendar days. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Ano ro? Ano to? Ano ro? The last project with the contract ID of 25BC0037 with the contract name of Convergence and Special Support Program, construction improvement of access roads leading to trades, industries, and economic zone. Roll it, Cagayan Apayo Road to Barangay Liwan, connecting Barangay Anungu, Anurucho Road, leading to Mango and Peanut Growers, Rizal, Cagayan. The approved budget for the contract is 4,410,000 pesos. The major categories of work for the contract to be procured is RCP, Roads Construction, PCCP, and it has a length of 225 meters. The scope of works for this contract is the surplus common excavation, structure excavation, foundation fill, pipe culverts and drain excavation, embankment from roadway structure excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base course, gravel surface course, PCCP with a thickness of 0.15 meter, PCCP with a thickness of 0.28 meter. The reinforcing is steel grade 40. The drainage structural concrete, pipe culverts with a diameter of 910 mm, cuts basin with a diameter of 910 mm, and curb and gutter precast. The total contract duration for this contract, Mr. Chair, is 65 calendar days. The minimum equipment requirement for this contract is 1 backhoe with a capacity of 0.8 cubic meter, 1 cargo service truck with a capacity of 9 to 10 metric tons, 1 concrete skidder, 1 concrete vibrator, 1 dump truck with a capacity of 12 cubic yard, 1 motorized road grader, 1 payloader with capacity of 1.5 cubic meter, 1 transit mixer with a capacity of 5 to 6 cubic yard, 1 vibratory roller, 1 water truck with a capacity of 16,000 liters. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So that ends our pre-bid conference for the 10 projects. So to all viewers, especially from the contractors, please be reminded on the required equipment so that you will not be disqualified. So any other matters to discuss from the head back secretariat?
Mr. Chair, may I just read the checklist of the technical and financial documents required to be submitted by the interested bidders? For the technical component envelope, we have the legal documents, which is the valid PhilJEPS registration certificate, platinum membership, and all pages in accordance with the section 8.5.2 of the IRR. And technical documents, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. And statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or the SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid. And special pickup license in case of joint ventures, original copy of bid security, on the original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and the original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative. And project requirements, which shall include the following: A, the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, the list of contractors' key personnel, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. And the list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and/or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Mr. Chair, may I ask on this matter, because some of the bidders presenting proof of ownership like pictures only. Do we accept the picture as proof of ownership? In the Pascual. So, and for the financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of the net financial contracting capacity or the NFCC. And if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case of joint venture. And the financial component envelope consists original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, duly accomplished detailed estimates form including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, equipment rentals used in the coming up with the bid, and the cash flow by quarter. And for our procurement activities, please be reminded that these contracts are not under the early procurement activities anymore. So the GAA is released and these projects are listed in the release GAA FY 2025. So the procedure for procurement will be the standard procedure set by the RA 9184 and also with the prescribed timelines. No, sir. They must be updated in the PhilJeps. I believe the PhilJeps is receiving the OR if not yet, if the mayor's permit is not yet released.
Relative to procurement, sir, none so far, provided that we will be guided with the Republic Act 2184. While waiting for the implementation of the new law.
Any other from the Secretariat? Anything that you observed during our past bidding exercises that could be corrected? So, okay, let's proceed.
May I just emphasize the schedule of the procurement activities for these contracts, Mr. Chair? The opening of bids is scheduled on February 4, 2025. And the deadline of submission of bids is also on February 4, 2025 at 10 o'clock in the morning.
So please be here on the 4th of February. That's jury duty on us. So no more clarifications. So I move that this bidding, the pre-bid conference is now adjourned. Thank you.